Hey, how's it going everyone? This is Rich Saunders, designer and developer of Co-op, the Co-op game. This is going to be a quick unboxing to show you guys what you're going to be expecting to get when this comes in the mail. Okay, so it's a ways off. We have the first printer's test out to our manufacturer. We're going to get that back here in a few weeks, but this is pretty much what the game is going to be and what it's going to look like. We're just getting a few little details fixed up. Okay, so let's take a look at what you're going to get. So what you're going to get in your little box when it comes in the mail is you're going to get a little plastic bag with Kickstarter exclusives and the game itself. The Kickstarter exclusives, and by the way, are the people who've, like our retailers, like I Love Games, don't worry, you'll be getting these too. Comes with the things we've already mentioned in the mail. It's going to come with an extra scenario, actually 2 extra scenarios and 1 extra card, Live Life to the Fullest, and the Pineapple Happiness one, which is Help Someone Find Happiness. You'll also get 3 extra Cooperate cards. These are the ones that we mentioned in our updates. So you'll get these 3 as well, and some stickers as well. The stickers I've already put on for my particular version, but you'll have to put these on for yours as well. Okay, so this all comes in. This all comes in a little baggie here. Okay, now here's what you really get in the game. Okay, you get some markers. You get 3 sets of cards. Now this is not the way it's going to look when it comes, but this is the way you're probably going to want to organize it. So it all fits in there. There's a lot of stuff in here. There's the goods cards, there's the groove cards, there's the happenings cards. These are the advanced cards, which we'll talk about in a second. You get a whole bunch of standees that you're going to have to put the stickers on. Okay, so these are all the standees you'll get. And then finally you get a bunch of jumbo cards, which we'll go over, and the rule book. So the rule book just barely fits in the box right here. So if you take a look at the rule book here, the most important thing probably in the book when you first start the game is how to set it up. So down here it's going to have a little setup diagram showing you how to set up the game. So that'll be one of the most important things when you look at the game. Okay, so the way this all fits in the box is, here's what you're going to get. You're going to get 2 scenarios. Actually 4 scenarios on 2 cards, because I like to use both sides of the cards. Okay, you'll get your 7 characters, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, there should be 7 of these, and you'll notice that they have 2 sides. I don't like wasting space. So for example, Legal Brief, this is the advanced side because she's got the little karma sign up there, and this is the basic side. The basic game is probably what you should play first without the little karma sign. These cards are a little bit harder to play. They can be a little more interesting once you know the game, but they're a little more involved, okay? So all characters have an advanced side because they've got the little karma sign and a basic sign. Okay, so the first couple games you want to play with the basic. The only one who doesn't is Hugh Selim. Basically, the only difference between the 2 sides is on this side, Hugh is a busy, and on this side, Hugh is a hippie. So depending on what you need in the game, you can either have Hugh choose to be a hippie or a busy. Everybody else has an advanced ability, okay? So these are all the character cards. Everyone will choose one of these at the start of the game, okay? And you'll notice how I'm putting them in the box. I'm going to put all the jumbo cards in on top of the rule book, okay? The other things that come with the jumbo cards, there's these are the summary sheets. Now the summary sheets, you should get 3 of them. I wanted to include a few more, but it doesn't quite fit with the manufacturing. So we have the summary sheets describe what everyone can do on a turn. So 2 people can share one if you're playing a 5-player game or a 4-player game, and there should be enough for everyone to see what's going on. On the other side of the summary sheet is you can see an icon summary. These are all of the icons that are going to come up through the game, or at least the majority of them. Okay, so you get 3 of these. You also get the days of the week. Okay, so this is going to make your calendar, and this is where the bad news cards, the happenings card, go every day. You'll notice here there's a little spot to put the happenings card. This is so you know when the end of week comes. You go Monday all the way till Friday, and if you've looked at the directions, you already know something special happens at the end of the week. So this is how the game. It's easy for the game to remember where you are because you're just playing a happenings card every day. And when you get to Friday, you'll know it because you'll just played a happenings card on Friday. Again, just like the character cards, there's 2 sides. There's the plain side. The first couple times you want to play the plain calendar. And then when you know the game a little bit more, you'll want to play with the advanced side. Notice there's the little karma sign up here in the corner. These are for the advanced games, okay? So this makes the game a little bit harder because something else happens every day as well. This is weekly karma, or pardon me, weekly happenings. So for example, on Monday, everybody loses a vibe. dude, it's Monday, everyone's bummed. So on the Monday cards, and Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, of course, everyone's happy, so something good happens on Friday. Everybody gains a vibe. But then it immediately goes back to Monday and everyone loses a vibe. So these are the calendar cards. Okay, these are also the jumbo cards. The final jumbo card is the money chart. So remember, one of the objects of the game, one of the 2 win conditions is you have to make $10. So depending on whether you're doing 4 to 5 players or 1 to 3 players, you start in a different place, and it's marked depending on whether you're doing 4 to 5 or 1 to 3. And depending on the win condition, so for the base game, you have to make it all the way to $10 down here. But other games have different win conditions, so that's why it's not marked on here what the win condition is, because it depends on the scenario you're playing. But it always starts in the same place depending on the number of players. Okay, so these are all the jumbo cards. So you notice how I'm putting them in the box. I'm putting them over here to one side, and I'm leaving space right here because there's so many groove cards, they just barely fit in the box, and they have to go right here in this little niche right here. So that's a good intro to the groove cards. These are the groove cards. They're going to come, it's very clear which are the groove cards, and there's about, what is it, I think 98 of them. There's quite a number of these, okay? And again, so that they'll fit in the box, you want to put them right here, so that they don't come over the edge here. Now, when you get the groove cards, there's actually 2 kinds of groove cards. There's the advanced groove cards and the basic groove cards. The advanced groove cards are, again, going to have the little, for example, this is the, let's do one that's a little more interesting. Let's do the right stuff. This allows you to flip cooperate cards, okay? You'll notice right here in the little corner is the little karma sign. That's how you know that this is an advanced card. It doesn't get in the way too much because you don't want it to interfere with the game as you're playing. There should be 8 of these, 8 of the advanced cards. So when you get your cards, you might want to separate out into the advanced cards and the normal cards, because you see the normal cards don't have anything in the lower corner. Okay. So once you do that, then like for example mine, I actually separated all the advanced cards to the groove cards. There's also 8 advanced happenings groove cards. You can see right here, there's in the corner, they have the little karma sign. So there's 8 of these that are for the advanced game, and then there's 3 cooperate cards, again having the little corner, the advanced sign. So you might want to separate these out when you get the game. There's no reason you couldn't play with them right away. It just makes the game a little bit harder. Which, hey, if you're one of those guys who just wants to gym in, go for it. But if you sort of want to, I want to learn to play the game first, and then we'll add the harder cards in, you can do that. You can do it either way. It's up to you. But just know that you can, if you want to, look through for this little karma sign and separate them when you get the game, okay? So I put those there. You also should get about 27 goods cards. These are the goods cards. There's about 27. You'll notice in the upper corner over there, there's also a summary of what's down here. In case you're running out of board space on the game, you can kind of put these on top of each other so you can see, oh, wait, what is this one again? You can see, whoops, I did this the wrong way. You can see, oh, this one, the co-op game actually is a knick-knack because you can see it in the upper corner over there without having to expose the entire card, okay? So if you're running out of board space, that's what that's for. Okay, so there's about 27 of these. There's the cooperate action card, which just basically shows on the space where the cooperate actions are, and you'll have 3 cooperate actions on there, okay? The cooperate actions, this is the little symbol for cooperate throughout the game. A red guy and a blue guy, a hippie and a busy, cooperating together. There are 4 location cards, and they're on the back it says a close sign because these are locations that can close throughout the game. There's the yoga studio for meditating. There's the park for frolicking. There's the storefront, probably the most important card in the game. This is where you're going to go and play a card and draw a card most of the time. And then finally, there's the warehouse, which is way across town, which is where we store our backup goods so that we can have goods to put in the storefront when they run out. Okay, these are the location cards. Okay, I usually kind of lump these in with my good cards here with 1 rubber band. Okay, and put those on top of. I usually put those on top of the advanced cards when I'm first doing the game. Okay, and then finally there's the happenings cards. Okay, the game over, you'll notice, is double-sided. That way you never lose sight of where it is in the game. It's still a happenings card. It's still considered a happenings card. But the rest of the happenings cards look like this, okay? And they just, and these are the bad news that happens every day, okay? So those are the happenings cards. There's about 62 of those, I believe. Okay, so you put all those together, and the game just barely fits. You'll notice here, we've got the markers. The markers will go along the side here, whoop, and they'll just fit on the edges over there. And then finally, your markers, you should have one. Well, let's go ahead and get these out and show you what these are. So the markers you should get are the Happening Dude token. This is the person who reads the happenings every day. He's called the Happening Dude or Dudette. There is the 6 vibe tokens. You actually can only play up to 5 players, but one of the characters needs one of these to choose between hippie or busy every day, so that's why there's 6 of them. And then finally, there's the little marker that you put on the money track. Okay, so you put all these in your little plastic baggie, kind of drape them across the happenings and the goods. Okay, and you can, depending if you want to keep this separated or not, you can put it inside the box. And then you put it all in the box and it all fits just barely. So this box is jam full of goodness. And when you get this, it's not gonna be separated quite as nicely as we did here. I'm doing this to show you how you probably want to put it back together because it just barely fits. Anyway, we'll have more news for you when we know exactly when these are gonna ship out, but this is what you're gonna be getting. Thank you so much.